All right, hello everybody, and welcome to our weekly coaching webinar today. So today we're going to be diving into something that I'd be honest with you, I'm kind of in disbelief that we never went over today, or to ever in the history of doing these webinars, which is a promotional calendar. And this is something that really drives us here at Credit Suite. This is something that we do every single month, and something I really recommend that you do as well if you really want to have consistent growth in your business. So when we talk about promotional calendar, basically these are promotions of some sort that we're going to do through a month. Some of them are sales or discounts. Some of them have nothing to do with sales or discounts. They're just things that we're doing to generate leads for our sales teams. Others are designed without sales and discounts to stimulate buying. But the bottom line is, we do a lot of promotions every single month to make sure that we consistently have sales. Now, this started for me a long time ago when I actually owned my consumer credit business. And this is what I discovered. What I discovered was that when you just do goodwill, when you just give people information, help educate, and then you once in a while ask them to buy, they typically will stand up and buy when you ask them. So in my credit repair business, what we would do is about once every 3 or 4 months, we would offer some kind of special incentive to get them to buy. And what we would find is that one special promotion, 3 days, 4 days, we would typically do a normal month's worth of business. So all of a sudden, we would sit there and do a month's worth of business, January, February. Then in March, we would do a special for 3 days, and we would bring in as many sales in that 3 days as we did all the month of January or February. But again, as you might be able to imagine, you can't do that all the time. If all we did was do specials and discounts all the time, then we wouldn't have that kind of result. What made it effective was that we did it so rare that when we did do it, it was very effective. Now, through the years, I've learned a lot since then. And what I've learned is that, first of all, I'm not a big fan of sales and discounts of any kind. I think that what you ultimately do is steal from future revenue. And one of the best books I've ever read was called Confessions of the Pricing Man. And I really recommend everybody read that book, Confessions of the Pricing Man. I think it's only available in hard copy or regular book. It's an old school book. But this guy is the best well-written book on pricing, sales, everything to do with what prices you should offer your product for. And I think a lot of us just pick numbers out of the blue to offer our products for without any science behind it. The book is the science behind it. And one of the things he says that really stuck with me is that if you have a sale, all you're really doing is stealing from future revenue, unless you're really bringing in customers that you're stealing from other places. Well, that made me really think, and I realized, well, we're not stealing business from other places. The reality is there's very few competitors in the space, and they don't have a product anywhere close to what we have. So what ultimately happens is if I do a sale this month, I'm just stealing from people that would have enrolled in the future at the regular price to try to bring them in now. Now, of course, at some point in your business, that makes sense to do. There are times, and I'll introduce a sale to you called the cash machine, which is just that. It generates tremendous amounts of cash whenever we need the cash to come in. And we reserve sales like that for months that we know are going to be slower, on months that we know we're going to need something big to pull through the numbers that we want to pull through. But what I've learned in the last 2 years since reading that book is that I'm not a big fan of sales and discounts. So when I talk about promotions here today, and I'm going to introduce a lot of them to you that we've done, I'm not talking about the fact that you have to run a sale every month or every week and a special that discounts things. What I'm talking about is you should do something to stimulate some kind of action to your actual database. If you're building a database and collecting emails as you should be and regularly delivering content to them as you should be, we provide the funnel to do so for you. Then what you're doing is you're doing a lot of goodwill, and all that goodwill will pay off the very first time that you turn around and ask your actual database to take action. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about today, because now what we do is what you can see here. It's a promotional calendar. And the promotional calendar basically maps out every single promotion we're going to do for an entire month, what we're going to do to stimulate action. Okay, so let's just jump ahead here, and I'll give you an example for last month, which was, well, let's say it's July. So for example, in July here, we sent out on the 3rd what's called a 7-word email and 7-word email and Facebook Messenger. So what this 7-word email is, I've talked about this before. This is basically very simple. It's done in a format that doesn't have HTML and all the formatting that our normal emails come from. It's just a blank email template with no design, and the email just says business credit ? And the whole email just says, hey, it's Ty with Credit Suite. Are you still interested in getting business credit? It's that simple. Now, that's not 7 words, but it was actually first suggested to me through a 7-word is what it was called when the company Digital Marketer taught this to me. But that's basically what it is. It's an email that looks like it's coming directly from me that just says, hey, are you still interested in business credit? That's not a sale. It's not a discount. It doesn't stimulate people to buy. But what this 7-word email does is it basically pulls out of our database the people that say, yes, I'm interested. And what will happen is a lot of times they'll say, yes, I'm interested. Sorry, I haven't got back to you. This has been going on in my life. Yes, I'm interested. I'm just not ready to buy till next month. And so what happens is this email will generate hundreds of leads for our sales team. That's why I did it on the 3rd. I did it on the 3rd of July because what I'm doing here is I'm loading my sales team up with leads. I'm not trying to get people to buy here in this promotion. I'm just simply coming in and saying, hey, interested in business credit? Everybody says yes. Now I have hundreds of extra leads to get to our sales team that they can work through the month and get them to buy. Now, another thing you see here is that I did this in 2 places, email and Facebook Messenger. I've said this before and I'll continue to say it again and again and again and again. You must build a list in multiple different places. Okay, people say email is dying, etc. I don't believe that. But what I do believe and what I do know factually to be true it is getting more and more and more difficult to get emails delivered where you want them to get delivered and them actually received and opened on the receiver's end. Okay, email providers like Gmail are doing a lot to restrict our ability to send emails. So I think you need to start immediately building a text list, and you need to start immediately building a Facebook Messenger list. Okay, those are things that you need to be doing. Now, there's a lot of different ways you could do that. I've talked about this in other training. For example, you can have people ask questions. Put an email in your email sequence that says, hey, have a question? Chat with us right now live on Facebook. The minute they come and engage with you on Facebook Messenger, they get to your Facebook Messenger list. Do a quiz, do a survey, do a giveaway that somebody can only get if they engage with you through Messenger. Just incentivize people to get through Messenger. We build our text list with what's called text training tips. Every single day we deliver 1 text training tip, and that's a 1-minute text training tip. It's just a 1-minute short video that teaches something. Now, if you are an ultimate customer, you already have that built for you. We already have the text training tips for you built in your sequence. We have retention text built for you as well. If not, do what I did. Make 1 huge PowerPoint using the PowerPoints we have, cut, paste. I think there might even be a text training tip PowerPoint in your back office. And then what you could do is just put together 2 slides with a little bit of content. Click, fire up Loom on your computer, Loom, film yourself doing a 1-minute video, and you're done. Okay, I did all those in one setting. It took me 2 days to film like 52 different videos, and that's 1 a day for every single, day. Okay, or you can come in and do once a week if you want to. But again, text training tips are a way where we say, look, here's an incentive. You can get specialized training we only do here through text by coming in and opting in to get on the text list. It's a whole different topic to discuss how to get people into Messenger and text list. But the bottom line is you should be building a multitude of lists so you're not only doing promotions to your database. So on the 3rd here, you can see we did that 7-word email and on Messenger to see if they're interested. You can see on 5th, we did how fundable is your business quiz. Okay, now quizzes are a fantastic way to get business because a lot of people are very interested in doing these type of things. All the science and stats show that quizzes are one of the best ways to get new customers because again, people want to know the answer. I want to know how fundable my business is. What's brilliant about quizzes is that when somebody comes and takes this quiz, they become a lead to both our finance team and our business credit sales team. So when we have answers here, depending on how they answer, we will determine whether they should go to our funding team or go to our sales team to sell business credit or go to both. So it's a nice way to generate a lot of leads. We're now doing a lot of these on paid ads like Facebook, and it's also a great way to generate leads for our sales team. As you can see, neither of these is intrusive. An email from me that says, hey man, just touching base, are you still interested in building business credit? That's not really intrusive. People want to know. I'm the one that's been sending them information. So that's not intrusive for them to come in and do that. Now, that being said, Same thing with how fundable is your business. This doesn't look like we're taking anything from them. We're giving them value. We're giving them value by telling them how fundable their business really is. And in doing so, we're then also generating leads for our sales teams. So when you think about promo calendars, this is the kind of stuff you want to be thinking about. Does it generate leads or does it stimulate an action like buying? Okay. So in this case, lead gen, both are non-intrusive, both really deliver value of some sort to the customer. Well, this one does, the fundability quiz, without them really seeing us as trying to capture leads to drive to our sales team. Now, the next week, and we do these now once a month, some kind of sales webinar. Now, I used to do webinars every single week, promoted them to our database, but our database complained that they were getting too many emails. So we stopped doing webinars every week. We moved our webinars to YouTube Live, and we don't promote them anywhere besides when we go live on YouTube, all of our subscribers see it. Now what we do is we promote a webinar once a month, and that webinar will take up 3-4 days. Like you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 days to promote the webinar, which takes place here on this Thursday. So we always do a webinar of some sort selling something. Now, you have webinars in your back office. As a matter of fact, if you were with us last week, I just input 2 new PowerPoints in your back office in the presentation section. In the presentation section of your back office, you have a 90-minute webinar, you have a funding webinar, you have a business credit webinar. So including the business credit funding webinars that are our brand new ones that we just released. In this case, we did a partner webinar promoting our partner program. So what's nice about this is I don't hit our database with sales and discounts. Instead, I'm promoting that they can come to an event that provides value to them. And then during the event, sometimes we offer discounts. We've now stopped even offering discounts on our webinars. Okay. But again, what's nice is if I want to offer a sale or discount here, I can do it without blasting a sale or discount to my entire database. The problem is you do too many sales and discounts. People expect that, they want that, and they don't buy until they get it. Okay, so what it really comes down here is it really comes down to being able to do a webinar, then basically hide the promotion within the webinar. Meaning I can blast the entire database to see who has an interest in being a partner. Then if I were going to offer a discount, which I didn't here, but if I was going to, then what I would do is I would basically offer the discount during the webinar. I basically indirectly offered the incentive to my entire database. I just pulled out the people that were interested and then only promoted that sale or discount to the people that were interested. So again, it's a nice way to offer a sale without blasting to my entire database that I'm doing that. Then you can see here in July 24th through the 26th, we did last chance pricing for 2018. So again, what happened was we raised our partner pricing about a couple months before. And by the way, just so you know, this is the second most effective sale or promotion we have ever done. Whenever we do the prices going up, it's the second best promotion we ever do. And what's interesting about this is we don't offer any discount at all. We just say, look, you have until this day to buy or prices are going up. Prices are going up because there's all this new cool stuff. You guys can promote new cool stuff too. If you ever keep an eye on the back office, you see how many new sources we're adding in there, how many new things we're adding. We're adding more value all the time that you can promote to your customers as new value and then raise your prices. So we do this regularly, at least once or twice a year. We raise prices, send out a notice to them, letting them know, hey, prices are going up. The reason that's good news for you. It's good news because all these new things got added. You got all these new benefits. Okay. It's also good news because we're grandfathering you in. It's like the coolest thing ever. You're now going to get our past pricing, get all the new benefits before we raise the price because of all the new benefits. So you have a limited window to get all the good stuff without paying for it. How awesome is that? So this price increase is a huge promotion. Then you can see we come back a couple months later and say, hey, some people didn't have a chance to get in before prices went up. You have one last chance to get in on that price before you are left paying the new permanent price. And we did that here as a sale for 3 weeks. So again, this is some kind of discount, but it's kind of nicely masked by saying, hey, look, we're just offering you what we had months ago that's gone. If you still want to get in on that, you can. Okay, and then this is something that you will have access to next month per somebody that suggested this on last week's webinar, which is the do-it-yourself for Genesis, which is available for you as partners. You can get in to offer that same program. We've been testing this for about 2 years, so you'll have a promotion next month to get it on that as well. But here we're offering those for the people that didn't register for the webinar. We're offering that for Genesis, so, or what we call Genesis or do it yourself. So we did that basically for 3 days. So you can see that we kind of look at this a little different now. Here we did a promotion to boost subscription revenue. Here we did a promotion to boost sales. Here we did 2 promotions to boost leads for the sales team. And then this boosts buying as well. So let's go back and let me kind of give you a couple examples of some other promotions that we do. So if we look at June going back, here's that blueprint webinar. This is a business credit webinar, same thing, right? 4 days to promote a webinar. Webinar sale took place here. Here's that 5-word text, 7-word email, same thing, but this time we're hitting our text list instead of messenger and instead of email. We're still asking that, hey, are you still interested in business credit message? Okay, then we have what we do video. As crazy as this sounds, I've come to realize recently that we do a pretty crappy job of telling people what we do. We get so occupied with giving away content, information, and helping educate that we forget to tell people what we do and ask them to buy. So we started doing these too. We've had some videos made of just what we do. Now you have these available in your back office as well. In the presentation section of partner resources, you also have access to the same videos that we use, but we have one extra one that talks about our partner program, which you don't have because you don't need that one, of what we do. Okay, and we use that exact same video of what we do. There's a 6 and a 12-minute version that explains what we do, and we basically just send out an email and go, hey, we get so busy giving away free education about how to get business credit financing. A lot of people say, how can we help them? So what we did is here, click here. There's a 6-minute video that explains exactly how we can help you get money for your business, and that's pretty much the whole email. So that's just a straight ploy to say, look, if you're interested in what we do, click here. Now, believe it or not, we came up with this email. I mean, this is so sad. We came up with this email idea because we realized that one of the biggest open rates of any email we have is the subject line, how we can help you. And we looked at that and we're like, holy crap, like that open rate's outrageous. I mean, so people want to know how we can help them. And then it was like, hit your head with, the palm of your head, hit your head with the palm of your hand saying, oh my gosh, like this is clear indicator. We're not even telling people clearly what we do or what we could do to help them. So now we'll use something like this, which is come out and do a what we do video. And then you can see here, we did that 7-word, 5-word, are you interested in business credit in Messenger as well early on. So we're generating leads. So this didn't offer a sale, but if anybody clicked on that video, it generated a link or generated a lead to our sales team because they have an interest in learning what we do. Okay, then we came here. We always send 1 email a month to drive leads to our funding team on some kind of funding program. This introduced peer-to-peer lending to them. And this was Credit Fest. We went to Credit Fest this month, and anybody at that event had a promotion to buy where they got a discount and some bonuses. We promoted to everybody at that event these 4 months, these 4 days. So if you look at this, our prospect database got emails 1, 2, 3, 4 days promoting that webinar. Okay, they didn't get an email here. They didn't get an email here. They did get 1 email here, 1 email here. And then the only other people that got these emails were people that went to the event. So you can see that we're spacing those out fairly nicely. So let's go back here, take a look at May, for example. Okay, how we help you get money email. So again, these 3 are all that same concept of what we do video. It just says, here's what we can do to help you, basically. Then we have a consultation with 30 days of free credit monitoring. We're testing that out, but we usually do a consultation email that just says, hey, if you're interested in, learning more about business credit, learning what you could do to improve your business credit, learning how to get, store credit cards without a personal guarantee, then, schedule a consultation. Here's the email. And then what we'll do is give them a scheduling link to actually schedule the consultation. So that is something that we do a lot too. Regina, thanks for thanking me. I just saw the comment in enough a question came in. Okay, so here we go, 72-hour funding for promo for finance. This is just simply an email that says, hey, we can get you money in 72 hours or less. So that's our email promotion that's our email promotion here. for finance, to drive leads to finance team. Okay, and then we do some JVs. So we do joint venture webinars where we sell to their audience and we leave some time for them to sell to ours. This is hurting our database too much. So we are now going to look for joint venture partners that do not require that we cross promote them, but this is what this was reserved for. Then we have an executive promotion. This was for you guys as partners. I think it was 30 days free, where you can get 30 days of free executive if you enrolled during these 4 days. Okay, then we came in and, as I mentioned, we had that price increase the whole end of May that raised prices for June 1, to give you an idea. So if we look at April, here's that EIN webinar, business credit building webinar we do. This is advanced credit monitoring, a product that we've rolled out that we've been testing, and this is the promotion of that. So we're boosting subscription revenue here. Reserved for JV cross promotion, as you can see here. So, and then what we do video, again, another video about what we do. Coming into March here, what we do video, we can see we did that. Okay, here then we're promoting the LexisNexis webinar that we did. This is that email that promotes financing, just talking about how we graduate them in financing from one program to the other. And then we promoted both the do-it-yourself and the advanced credit monitoring through Messenger, social media, and our group. So these were not emails. We did not put those actually out there. Okay, now meaning that we didn't put those through email. So I'm telling you this because you can see these were emails, and then none of these are emails. We didn't send them. We don't want to hit our database too much with too many emails. Okay, so coming in here to February, this was a webinar, free consultation, which we've talked about. Here's the 4-day cash machine. Now, the 4-day cash machine is, like I said, specifically designed to do one thing and one thing only, which is generate a tremendous amount of cash for the actual business. So what a cash machine is this was actually a concept first created by a marketer by the name of Frank Kern. And what Frank Kern basically showed, and how this is, and you've probably seen these emails come from me before, but once in a while we will offer somebody the cash machine, which basically has to do with giving them 4 or 50% off of an enrollment. Now, we only do this about once a year. I mean, it's really rare we do it once, maybe twice a year. I did it here in February because February is typically a slower month for us. And by the way, I will tell you, if February was working out to be a pretty good month, we would 86 it, which is what we did, I think. I think we canceled the sale because February was going pretty good, so we immediately stopped it. Okay, we didn't even run the sale. We don't want to offer discounts and promotions if we don't have to. So, but again, now what I do is I don't even really plan these typically. What I do now is leave them for a slower month. So if we're having a month that's looking like it's not going to end up well for us, then what we'll do is I'll whip that cash machine out near the end of that month to drive all kinds of sales in for us to salvage that month and get the collected that we need to actually get. Okay, so this cash machine, again, is something offered by Frank Kern, and basically it has to do with getting 50% off. And here's an idea of what that promotional email looks like. Hey, wanted to say thanks for being a subscriber. The subject line's thank you, big exclamation point, to show my I truly appreciate you reading our information, to show my appreciation. We're going to do a rare thank you special. We're basically going to give you 50% off. Now, the key for this cash machine is that, one, we don't let them do payments. So we only ever let somebody come into this that's willing to pay the 50% off in one payment. Maybe we'll break it down to 2 with like ridiculous amount of interest that we add on. So you can see here that we came in when the VIP price was cheaper, which now it's more expensive than that. And we offer them basically 50%. Now this we offered payments, but that's not typical. We don't do that anymore. Now we don't offer any kind of payments. It's one pay, or like you'd pay like 2 payments of like $1,100. Like it's insane. You pay a ton of interest if you do monthly payments. When you enroll, you get all these things. Whoo, that's a lot of stuff. Boom, boom, half off. The other emails are pretty short here. Wrote you this yesterday, tell you about this incredible deal where we're saying thank you. Want to make sure you're able to read the email. Until this date, you're getting half off our enrollment. Click here for details. Okay, and then you would talk about bonuses they get. So That's what the cash machine ultimately is. Now our cash machine emails are even shorter, but email 3 and 4 is pretty much a repeat of the first. So cash machines we don't do very often because I don't like to discount our prices at all. I think our product is worth what we sell it for, and I don't think there's any reason for us to drop the price. But a cash machine does work really well when we're able to come in and do it the right way. And you can work this a bunch of different ways. So for example, we could easily come in, I think it's sometimes we do, where we come in and we say it's half off, but really the math is kind of sketchy if you look at it, because what we're doing is giving them half off the monthly payments. So for example, if I look at core here, I see $29.97 as our enrollment, right? But if I add it up and I say $597 times 7 is $41.79. So if I divide that by 2, I get a price of $2,000. So what I can easily do is come in and say, hey, look, if you were going to enroll for our core plan and you were going to pay payments, then your total would be $4,179. But as part of this special, you're going to get 50% off that, which is only $2,089. So again, we've tested it both ways. Both ways are super effective. We could take the one pay price and give them half off that, or we could actually add up the monthly payments and offer them half off that either. And if we do that, you got to think that's $2,100 versus $3,000. It's not as much nearly as if we were to take this and discount it. So again, you got to keep in mind what we're doing with that 50% to still make it work for us. And again, we're making it work because we're getting that money up front. So cash machines do their part. They do very well if you don't use them very often, and you use them in a month where you inevitably are typically slow. Here's that what we do video. Here's a financing email. Okay, so you can see some of those promotions. Then we go back to January here. When we start January, we started with 10 Business Credit Secrets webinar. Okay, then we came in and did that business credit consultation. Okay, then we were trying to see if people were loan brokers or not. So we sent a phishing email just asking if they were loan brokers to put them into a separate sequence to promote loan broker content. Okay, and then we came in and promotes that advanced credit monitoring. Okay, and this was just our initial beta where we rolled that out, let people in there. Okay, then we came in and we sent out that one email for finance here. Okay, one more phishing email for loan broker. Okay, and then here's a quiz. How does your business credit compare to others? Okay, and then we did a loan broker webinar, which only went to the people that opted in on that loan broker phishing email. So even though it looks like we did a bunch of emails, these emails only went to these people that were actually loan brokers. Okay, and then we came here and we did the then as you can see here, we did what I already described, which is the email, the webinar for the last month. So this is what a promotional calendar really looks like here. And let me see here if I can actually come in and pull up. I'm going to see if I can find something else really quick here. So this is, and I'm going to see if I can pull up 2018 as well, so I can kind of give you an idea of what those promotions looked like in 2018, if I can find that. Which I'm sure I have that in here, and I'll show you that too. So I'll kind of show you some more, and then I'll actually show you some emails with some of the promotions that we actually do as well. So here's our 2018 calendar carrying over into last year. We'll start with December and go backwards. So we always do, you can see here, this is our prospect Christmas promo. We always do a Christmas promo for partners with discount and bonuses. We always do a promo for partners as well with discount and bonuses. Business credit webinar here, quiz email. So we're following patterns here that even I didn't realize we were following. But you can see consultation, 7-word question emails, quizzes we use to drive prospect leads. We do webinars, then some other kind of promotion. So this was 12 months business credit monitoring with purchase promotion. Here's that 7-word question email. Here's that webinar. Here's that quiz again as well. Cash machine sale here. Driving leads for finance here. Webinar here. Okay, and then there's that question email to see if they're still interested in business credit. Okay, 30 days of free executive. It's again promote executive. Here's that Christine webinar. Okay, and here's a premier partner. This is something we released where as partners, we do all the selling for you guys. So we're promoting only this to our partner group, right? Only to our partner group. So all of our audience isn't getting all these emails. Okay, so you can kind of get an idea of what we do and how we do it. We don't do a lot of sales. We don't do a lot of discounts. We try to stay away from that. Every 3-4 months we do it. We do try to do a webinar every single month. That's something we may get away from. We do that. We do come in and do an email like this that has to do with financing to promote people to come in and get financing from us, talking about term loans or SBA loans or something, just getting them to click to get customers there as well. We do a promotion about every 3 or 4 months where we give something away, bonus discount of some sort as well. But that's pretty typical. So we're doing question emails, we're doing quizzes, we're doing things that will preliminarily get leads in our door. Then we do a webinar, which generates a lot of sales as well. Then we do one email for finance, and then sometimes we'll do another promotion of some sort as well. So it kind of gives you an idea of what some of these promotions actually look like. Now, I also prepare what's called a promotional schedule, which looks like this. And I give this to my team so my team knows what we're doing in a month. And it'll talk about the promotions that month. This is a business credit consultation campaign. This division it's going to send leads to is sales. The date is this. We're going to send it to a list of 60,000 or more prospects. The call to action we're going to ask them for is to schedule a consultation. Okay, on the quiz, we're going to generate leads for sales on this day to this database. They're going to take a quiz. We're going to send qualified leads to sales and finance. It really should have been sales and finance and it goes to. Okay, same thing here. How to get business credit loans and lines webinar. This is to drive leads to finance to this big of a database. And again, what they're going to do is attend a webinar and complete the finance blueprint qualifier if they want money. Okay, last chance 2018 pricing, driving to sales. They're going to get that old VIP pricing where they're going to save $500 with bonuses. We're running the emails on these days to this size of a database with a call to action to purchase to get bonuses and discounted price. So this is pretty typical of what it's going to look like when we do this. And every single month I do the same thing because our team wanted to know when all these promotions were going on. So here we go. Are you still interested in business credit for sales this day to this many people? Reply to email if they're interested. So we kind of give them an idea of this. And sometimes, which I don't do it as much, I'll actually include the emails that we're using in there too. I now have my marketing team create these emails, so I don't. But in my older versions where I created the emails, I include the emails I'm sending as well so our team can see it. So this gives you an idea of what those emails that we send look like. So in this case, this was the first email was how we help you get money. And here's the email for that. Hey, contact first name. We deliver a lot of information to help you get money for your business, but do you know what we really can do to help you get money? Click here to watch a 12-minute video that details how we help you get the most money for your business at the best terms. Once you click, you'll see our video shows you how we help you improve your fundability, build business credit, get loans. Okay, and then this is the same 12-minute video that you guys have in your back office. I think it's 12 minutes. Yours might not be 12. It's in the presentation section because yours doesn't talk about partner. It's a little shorter. Okay, so here we go. Wow, you get a lot of cool access when you enroll with us as a partner. You get even more if you're executive. Click here for details. Here is what you get with executive. So this is us promoting executive to our partners. Here's the funding email, 72-hour funding, regardless of personal credits, the subject line. We're sending out this email because we promise to keep you informed when new funding programs roll out. If your business has consistent revenue of $10,000 monthly, you can get funding 24 to 72 hours regardless of personal credit. We've added more lenders, more eager to lend, Here's some important details. Get approved regardless of personal credit. Get money in 72 hours. Rates as low as this. So this basically promotes why they should click through and apply for financing. And then this is our price increase email here. It's been a while now since we've raised our investment options, but starting June 1st, that's about to change. When the clock strikes midnight, May 31st, we'll be increasing our partner program investment options on our world-leading business credit financing partner platform. By the way, goes without saying, you can't say this and then not do it. So we absolutely do this. Okay, but don't freak out. There's an opportunity here. If you aren't familiar with it, click here to get more details. If you are familiar with us, then you probably know we do these things. And you probably know we can also help you get loans when banks can't, And we offer the only program in the country that lets you basically offer business credit financing. And now it's about to get even better. We're rolling out a lot of enhancements. Here's all the enhancements we've rolled out. Now, if you'll look at these enhancements are the same things in the suite that you could promote as well. Auto vehicle financing, okay, for even more places. We've had that for a while, but I think we added another source, so I added in there. New vendor accounts that help with these kind of things. New revolving sources, some of the new sources we added there. New revolving sources, some of the sources we've added there. All I'm really doing is just going through the suite, see what's changed, and I'm adding that in here. Okay, add existing accounts to your business credit reports. That was that advanced credit monitoring we were testing. New funding programs, including peer-to-peer lending, SBA loans, etc. And don't forget, working with us is already cheaper because, we save you all this kind of money. Plus, as partners, we've got these brand new resources as well that we just added, okay? So new rollouts here. And then we come in and say, but with all this new awesomeness, an increase in our cost is to provide an exceptional coaching and a massive increase in demand for our business credit, business loan, and partner program. Also comes something you don't want, a price increase, okay? But not for you through this date. So click here to grab all the new stuff and get the old price, right? And so basically that's what we're doing is we're basically saying, hey, look, you get grandfathered in, which is like the coolest thing ever because you're getting all the new stuff at the old pricing. How cool is that? And then we're also offering bonuses and anything you can give away of any value through bonuses, okay? So that is what our price increase looks like, email looks like there too. So this gives you a pretty good idea of kind of what promotions look like on a regular basis. And a lot of ours, and I'll open up April to see if April I can come in here and see emails too. NA. So that tells me, okay, so was our advanced credit monitoring email that we sent out with that to promote. Let me see here if I can get if I can find some more with some more emails and promotions. Okay, NA. Okay, so here we have some emails too. So here's an SBA loan. Here's one that we send to financing, for example. Would you like to get an SBA loan? We have a graduation process here at Credit Suite that you should know about. We start by getting you all the financing you can get now. We work with all the lenders at every legitimate source, blah, 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 blah. Terms are good. Next, we help you get all the way up to SBA loans. We help you get through the process to qualify. We can help you do this. We can help you do this. Click here to get approved. They click here, they go to FBQ. The FBQ, the finance blueprint qualifier, gets filled out. It goes to our finance officer. If they click, the lead automatically goes to our finance setter, who's a Filipino setter. So just the fact that they clicked will generate the lead in the email. They don't even need to take any other action. If they did complete the finance blueprint qualifier, they would go to sales as well. Okay, and here's that Genesis email too. So I tend to write longer emails, but your emails don't have to be this long. This is that advanced credit monitoring where we're adding payments to the credit report there too. So again, Genesis, this do-it-yourself program is going to be available for you guys. A lot of partners, I forgot that we've been beta this for 2 years. So a lot of partners have been in beta in this and selling this for 2 years. And then I don't know, I guess I just forgot to continue to let it roll out to everybody else. So I was reminded by partners the other day that hasn't happened. So we're rolling this back out to partners where you can get in and get this Genesis, what we call Genesis on the retail side. It's a do-it-yourself where we remove the advising and your cost per enrollment's about half of what you'll typically pay, which works with customers that need cheaper payments. So we've been testing that for a while. So that is really what a promotional calendar is. That's what a promotional schedule is. That's how you put one together. Okay, by thinking of these type of things, you should always be looking at your own email, seeing what other people are doing. I gave you whatever 10, 15 ideas of different promotions here, as you can see. But you also should be keeping track of all the promotions you could offer on your own, anything you think about. Okay, now we do a lot of the same similar ones, but we always try to go to conferences, listen to things that they're doing, pay attention to what other marketers are doing with promotion sales. We look at what people are offering on social media. We look at what people are offering. We look at what people are offering as well through emails to get a lot of ideas of promotions. Now, Regina says, who do you use for your survey? I'm not really sure. I set it all up. This is why I don't do this stuff anymore, because I did it all. I'm like, I want quizzes to be released. I set every quiz up, created it, had a great quiz program, and then my team said, no, we don't like that. We want to use a different program. So I'm not sure what they switched to, but let me look and see what we were using. We were using, I'm not sure. I don't know what we're using, but what you need to do is find a quiz that works good for the CRM you're using. That's what you want to do, is you want to find a quiz one. SurveyMonkey, we do use that, not for quizzes as much, but so I'm not really sure. I wish I can't think about that at all. Regina, I'm not sure. I can't think about it. For some reason, it escapes me which program we used for quizzes. So I wish I could help you there, but I'm not able to. But if you search quizzes like I did here, there's a lot of options. And I'm going to real quick just pull up my email, and I'm going to just try real quick to see if I can think about that. And Regina, I might be able to think through that and find an answer before before we wrap this up. So that being said, we've learned a lot about promotions you could do. I like quizzes. Quizzes are working very, very, very well for us. So I think quizzes are something that you're able to get into. Now, we used Thrive, Regina, because we used Thrive landing pages. So Thrive had a quiz builder that we were using. So you know that one, but I'm not sure what other quiz services that we were using. It really bothers me that I can't think about that off the top of my head. I just can't. But what was it? So I can't think about it. I will try to figure that out because that's going to annoy me that I can't think about it. But we used Thrive Quiz Builder because we were using Thrive landing pages. But I don't remember what we were using before that. I'm going to try to figure that out for you real quick here. Let me see. I don't even know if these are still work. I don't think any of these are still up. But let me see. Oh yeah, here's how fundable is your business. So here's what one of these quizzes actually looks like. How fundable is your business? You can start the quiz. Then you're able to come in. Oh, lead quizzes. That's what it was called. It was called lead quizzes. And then it says, how much monthly revenue does your business generate? Okay, 10,000 to 20,000. When did you open your business? 12 to 36 months ago. How's your consumer credit? 580 to 600. Do you have assets such as 401k, stocks, receivables? No, I don't. Okay, how's your business credit quality? Now, keep in mind what's happening here. So far, we're generating a loan to our finance team. If they have any of those, they become lendable. If somebody comes here and says they have bad credit, no business credit, or not sure, that automatically becomes a lead for our business credit team. Enter your info to see your results. Let me go ahead and do this. Test. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. So test. Sorry, whoever owns test.com. I don't mean to do that to you again, but I always do that. 1, 2, and 2. Okay, see my results. And then you come in and you'll actually see the results. So lead quizzes is what we used. That's what it was actually called. And I don't know if it still produces results or not because they took all this down. This platform doesn't even work anymore, I don't think. But that's how basically a quiz works. So you guys get an idea. This is what a promotional calendar looks like. And you guys can see how nice this is because you're not relying on just, natural course of business to funnel leads into your sales team and to make sales. You're planning this out. Good marketers plan this out a year in advance. I don't do that. I plan it out every month beforehand. And I like to do it that way because I want to choose what we're looking for. So last month, for example, we promoted Genesis because I wanted to boost subscription revenue. Okay, so depending on my goal, next month, I want more people, more partners to have access to do it yourself. So we're doing a promotion that'll make it where more of you have access to do it yourself. Okay, so I think about what I want the following month and then design my promotional calendar around that. But really good marketers plan out a promotional calendar a year in advance. So it's something you really should be trying to work towards goal-wise. Like I said, don't sell and discount. Don't do that crap. If you're going to do a sell and discount, do it maybe every 3 months or so. The rest of the stuff could be quizzes. It could be a business credit consultation. It could be a business loan consultation. It could be the 7-question email. Hey, are you still interested in business credit? It could be a 7-question email about financing. Hey, are you still interested in financing as well? Okay, it could be any number of different things that we talked about. But again, the goal primarily in my world is one of 2 things. It's called a lead trigger is what I call it, which is emails that are designed to trigger leads. Okay, so a lead trigger is like a 7-word question email. Hey, are you still interested in building business credit? Okay, or I'm actually trying to drive sales. And driving sales happens through a webinar, it happens through a discount, it happens through prices are going up. It usually has to do with giving incentives. Now, I also have done promotions where we don't discount at all we do is give away a bunch of extra bonuses that we come up with, and those are somewhat effective as well. So a lot of different ways you could do it. So action items, you want to walk away from here and think about a promotional calendar. What are you going to do through September to drive business? Okay, you might say, well, I don't even have an email database yet. Great. Then what are you going to do on your social media pages? You have an audience and a following there. So why don't you map out a promotional calendar of you're going to blast out on Facebook for something, for example? So design a promotional calendar. Maybe it's on social media you're promoting it. Maybe it's on text. Maybe it's through Messenger. Maybe it's through your own social media personal channels. Maybe it's through your email database. And then map it out. I've given you a bunch of ideas for promotions. You probably as a group have a lot more ideas than even I have of things you could do to stimulate interest or buying. Don't forget, a lot of these resources that I've shown you here are available in your back office. Things like the what we do video, the 90-minute webinar and the business credit webinar and the financing webinar PowerPoints that we do are all in the presentation section of the back office. So a lot of those same resources we're using as promos, you could use too. A lot of the stuff is available in your back office. Other things like consultations, I think those emails are in your back office, but you can also go back to my webinar on consultations and you'll be able to see exactly what our consultation email looks like. Those lasted us a long time. Like 1 month we would do a business credit consultation. The next we would do a financing consultation. The next we would do a business credit and financing consultation. Then we would repeat. So we did a lot of that till it just doesn't work anymore. Then we stopped. So a lot of those you could do month after month and a little bit of a different shift and then still do really well. So you've got the webinars in the back office as amongst many other things to be able to put your own promotional calendar together. So that's my advice. Create a promotional calendar for next month. Do it for September. Okay, that way you can actually control your growth. It's scalable. If you want to have a great month, well, then you do a sale, you do a discount. If you want to not have a slow month, then do something that you know is going to stimulate buying to not have a slow month. My other advice, again, is what we've learned through this process is to make sure that you load your early part of your month with lead gen stuff, the lead triggers. Okay, so this is where you want to do your lead trigger. Even look at August this month. Consultation on the 5th. Quiz on the 7th. So what we're doing here is clearly trying to drive leads to our actual team early in the month. 4th, quiz, right? So we're doing another quiz here to drive leads early part of the month. We try to then do webinars on the 2nd week of the month. This is our main trigger to trigger buying activity as a webinar. So we don't want to get to the end of the month and realize, oh man, we really need to drive sales. This gives us a pretty good idea of what we're looking at halfway through a month. The first week, we're driving leads. The second week we're driving sales. By the time we get to the 3rd week, we're able to look at where we are for that month and say, okay, we're doing pretty good. We're ahead of what we normally do revenue. We're ahead of what we wanted to do. Or, whoa, we are way behind. We need some serious help here. Now, if I need some serious help halfway through a month, it gives me a chance. I have 2 more weeks to whip out a promotion to be able to get buying activity going if I'm in trouble. Okay, so again, this is exactly how we do it. And it's exactly what I think you guys should consider doing too. Drive leads in the beginning part, drive some sales early part of the month, and then that gives you time to see where you are the later part of the month, but then keep promotions, incentives through multiple different media so you don't blow up your email list going throughout a month, plan them out to both drive leads and drive sales. So I'm going to wrap this up. If you have any other questions, type them in and let me know. A lot of stuff we've covered here. I've shown you a lot of different kinds of promotions you can use, how to design the promotional calendar, how to design the promotional detailed document that can go out to your team so they know what promotions you're doing in a month. We looked at a year plus, let's say a year's worth of promotions that we do so you can get an idea that sometimes we're driving subscriptions, sometimes we're driving sales, sometimes we're driving leads, sometimes we're just driving leads into our finance team to get funding. So a lot of different ways we can originate business without just coming in with a sale or discount. So I don't have any other questions. I'm going to wrap this up. Hopefully you got a lot of good information out of this. Like I said, I'm surprised that we've not talked about this before because this is an essential part of what we do at Credit Suite. I mean, we do not rely on business just to come in the door. We control the sales we're going to make by these kind of promotions, and our promotions are controlled also by, and here's your guys' promotion to get into do it yourself as a matter. It'll happen that week. We also do this based on how many joint venture webinars and events we have scheduled that month too. We know what kind of month we're going to have going in, and then we'll create a promotional calendar around that as well. So I'm going to wrap this up. If you have any other questions, just reach out to us through our support team. The contact us section in your back office gives you all the contact information so you can communicate with us there. And if you need anything else, let us know. We'll gladly sit and talk to you more about promotional calendars and what you can do to drive more sales to your business through promotions, whether it be lead triggers to get leads in the door or sales triggers as well. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great day. I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at 3 o'clock Eastern. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.